What's going on, everybody? This is Mike at Triple D, and we're back this week with another home vlog because we're not going to Disney World. This is actually the week that we had planned on going for this summer, but obviously with some of the COVID issues and whatnot, that's not possible. So we're going to do a home vlog. It's going to be similar to the one we did a couple of weeks ago. If you've seen that one where we did cooking Disney recipes, we did the Mickey beignets, which I'll link to up here in the description if you didn't see that one. This time we're actually going to do Tonga Toast, which is a favorite of ours from the Polynesian Village Resort over at Disney World. You can find it in Kona Cafe and Captain Cook's. This is one of the treats that we really enjoy there, and thought we'd go ahead and give it a whirl here from the house. So we're going to make that today. Hopefully it'll be a little bit briefer than the last video on the Mickey beignets from Port Orleans French Quarter. So let's get to it. Here are our ingredients to make the Tonga Toast. So what you'll need is 4 large eggs, which you can find right there, granulated sugar, which is hiding inside of our little canister right here. You can see it. You'll need pure canola oil. I'm sure you could probably use vegetable oil, but it does actually call for canola oil for frying the Tonga Toast. Some cinnamon, whole milk, 2 bananas, and then sourdough bread. It actually calls for a longer sourdough bread, probably not as big and thick here, but this is what we could find at the store near us. So we're going to roll with that and try and cut it up into something that looks more like the pieces of Tonga Toast that you would find somewhere else. Directions here are right here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of just show them to you on the camera. Here are the ingredients. So for the cinnamon sugar, you're going to need 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Then for the batter, you're going to need 4 large eggs, 1 1/3 cup whole milk, 1/4 cup of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. To make the Tonga Toast itself, you also need, like I said, the canola oil, which it calls for a quart. We got a little bit more because when we did the Mickey beignets, a quart was not enough to really give us a whole lot of depth in our particular pot that we're using to fry them. So we went a little bit more that you may want to adjust for yourself. Then the loaf of sourdough bread, and then 2 large bananas out there. So that's kind of what you need. And let me give you a quick rundown through the ingredients, or I'm sorry, the directions, so you can kind of just see what they say to do. So for the cinnamon sugar, just mix the sugar and cinnamon into a medium bowl. That'll be big enough to roll the toast in after you make it with a fork, and then set it aside. Then you make the batter, whip the eggs in a medium bowl, again large enough to dip toast in until it's well beaten. You want to add the milk, cinnamon, sugar, and then set it aside. Then you go ahead and make the Tonga Toast. So you want to heat your oil to 350 degrees, and once again, we do not have a thermometer to measure the temperature of our oil, so we're going to kind of guess. It worked out okay for us in the Mickey beignets, but we'll see how this works. You'll want to slice the bread up into 4 3-inch thick slices, because remember, you're going to kind of make a sort of a sandwich out of it with each side of the bread. And then you'll put the bread flat on the countertop and tear out just enough from the middle to stuff the banana into it. And then you'll repeat with each bread slice. Dip the stuffed bread into the batter, covering both sides, take all the excess off of it, and then place it into the oil. You'll cook it for 4 to 5 minutes, and if you want to flip it after a couple of minutes, they say that that's okay to do. And then you'll pull it out, roll it in the cinnamon sugar, and repeat. So that's kind of the directions. You can find these on the Disney Parks blog website. That's where we got them from if you want to see the actual blog post there. We do have Anna and Elsa with us now. Say hi, girls.
Hi. Hi.
And so they're going to be helping us, and Carla just materialized from eating lunch. She's having a late lunch here, so that we can cook these. So we'll go ahead and get all of this started, and we'll be back in 1 second, kind of getting the cinnamon sugar together. Okay, so we're going to start with the cinnamon sugar first. to help us, Elsa's going to go ahead and put the granulated sugar in. So this is a 1/4 cup scoop, and so we're going to do 3 of them because it calls for 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. So 1. Got it?
Yeah.
Well, let's not put our fingers in it.
They're clean.
It doesn't matter. It's still cooking. That's gross. Yes, this is our hygiene lessons in our house. That's good enough. Okay. That is 3/4 cup. And then Anna is going to help us with the cinnamon. So this is going to call for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and this is a 1/2 teaspoon that she's using. So it'll take 4 of them.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just kind of...
It's a lot.
Yep, there you go. That's close. It doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah.
Okay, this is family cooking, not professional cooking. Kind of do like that. There you go. That's pretty close.
In my case,
That's
more
2.
cinnamon.
Yes, more cinnamon. Okay, yeah, that's pretty close. That's not bad.
Okay, I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get
that's okay.
to
You
the
kind of
right
shake it a
amount.
little bit.
Because I don't want to add too much, but I don't want to add too little.
Oh, I'm not sure you can ever have too much cinnamon.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
sometimes.
There you go. And 1 more.
Okay,
That was
one
only
more.
3, so 1 more.
Ooh.
There we go. Okay, we've got all our ingredients. And Elsa, can you get a fork, please?
Yeah. Where do we need
Just leave it right here.
Okay.
Just a regular fork.
Like-
A regular fork is fine. We don't need a big old serving fork or anything. Okay, and then take the fork and just kind of mix it up.
Why aren't we using a spoon?
Because you want something that can sift through it and mix it up. Okay,
This sift me.
that will give us the cinnamon sugar recipe. So we're going to come back and we're going to do the...
so good.
Yes, it does smell good. So then we're going to come back and we're going to do the batter. We'll be back in 1 second. All right, so to keep the process going along, we actually went ahead and put the 4 eggs into our mixing bowl and whipped them up so they're kind of scrambled eggs now. Now we need to mix the rest of the batter. So Anna, can you go ahead and pour the milk into the batter? Or into the mixing bowl?
Sure.
Okay, be careful. Okay. Yeah, just pour. You don't have to do it slowly. Quick. Tilt. There you go. Good job. Okay, Elsa, I need you to come over here and get sugar. I need 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. The measuring thing is over here. No, this one, please. There you go. So that's 1/2 tablespoon. So you want to do 2 of them. Okay, Elsa, so go ahead and put 2 of the 1/2 tablespoons. We need 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar in the mixture. You got it there. Okay. Oh, no, fill it. Just don't fling it everywhere. There you go. That's good. It doesn't have to be exact, but close enough. Okay, 1 more. All right. And then Anna, I need a 1/4 teaspoon, so 1 of those of the cinnamon. Okay, that's good. That's perfect. That'll be okay. And we put it in there. And that's all the ingredients. 4 large eggs, 1 1/3 cup whole milk, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon sugar, and 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. And then you mix it all together. Mix well and set aside. Carla is serving as our expert stirrer. And kind of getting it all together. So we'll let her do that, and then we'll come back with kind of getting the toast and the bananas ready. To make the round loaf work for kind of the recipe a little bit more, Carla cut the edges off to make it a little more square, and then as the directions say, you're going to cut it into 4 3-inch thick slices. I don't think we have something that's big enough to do 4 3-inch thick slices, so we're probably going to do what do you think? Just
I might be able to. Well, not
I'm
quite,
not going to
but
go 3 inches
yeah.
thick, but so I'm just
I'll
taking,
cut 4 thick slices. How about that?
yeah, we'll do thick slices, but maybe not exactly what the recipe says.
Yeah.
I will say finding the right sourdough is probably going to be a challenge out there. I don't know about y'all's local supermarkets, but this was the last non-pre-sliced loaf of sourdough I could find in the supermarket. So you'll get, what do you get? Oh, I think that's good. And
all right.
we have 4,
Okay.
we can make 2 different ones,
Yeah.
so that'll be all right. Okay. Now with that done, we're going to do the bananas next. So let's go, we'll peel them and then we'll show you how to slice them. And for the bananas, you're going to take them and basically cut them crosswise first. So you cut them in half the way Carla just did, and then you're going to cut them in half lengthwise like Carla's doing there. And you're going to kind of get these little wedges of banana that you're going to stuff inside the toast. So that's that piece. We'll come back and we'll do the toast. We'll do the toast next. For the next part on the bread, you're going to have to be a little ginger and delicate. As you can see, Carla's actually using a knife to kind of help her. What it says is to do is, and I'll just kind of read it verbatim here, is place a bread slice flat on the counter and tear out just enough from the middle, don't tear all the way through it, to stuff half a banana into it. Repeat with each slice of bread. So you can kind of see what Carla did here, hollowing it out a little bit. It kind of reminds me of a, what's the place where we have cheese in a bread bowl where the bread's all ripped out of the bowl? Is that Melting Pot?
No.
There's some place that does a bread bowl or a cheese bowl that's out in bread, and they pull all of it out.
Yeah.
You might want to make that a little better because you're not going to fit a banana in there.
Okay.
So I think you get the idea of kind of what the interior looks like. So we'll finish this up and we'll show you what it looks like with bananas, I guess, stuffed all the way in them. Here's what our completed stuffed banana bread looks like. One thing you'll notice is we got two of them in there. One change that we realized we weren't doing correctly is Carla originally sort of hollowed out the very middle of the bread and stuffed one in there, but you actually want two. So we hollowed out a bit more around so you could stuff them in. It's really important that you get the bread nice and thick. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. So you can see the difference of this very thick one, which is probably still only 2 inches thick, but the bread is sunk down in there very well, versus this one that's about maybe an inch, maybe not even an inch thick, and getting the bread in there was pretty impossible. So that's probably not going to fry very well, which means Carla's pretty insistent we're not going to show you us frying it because it's probably not going to come out the best. But these two pieces right here are reasonably thick and should come out, I think, fairly well. So that's what we're going to stick in the oil to fry up. So now it's time to go ahead and stick them in the batter, and we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see how the bananas stay in the toast or in the sourdough or not. Oh, and one other thing that was helpful, you can see like on this piece of banana, we cut the ends off of it so it's not that little round tip to kind of make it fit in the little hole he dug out a little bit better. It was helpful. Hopefully it keeps it in the bread a little bit better than just having the tips on them. So let's get these things in the batter. Okay, we've taken a couple of test runs that have been mildly successful but taught us a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and Carla's putting in the next loaf, and you dip it in the batter, and we're kind of covering it, soaking everywhere, getting it in there. I will say while she's doing that, keeping the bananas in the bread has proven a challenge. So that may be something you just got to go back and stuff it back into the bread afterwards. We'll see with this batch. So you take it out and be careful. Carla already burned her hand a little bit.
Trials of being a lefty.
Yep. And so you get it in there. We're going to cook it for really about 1:30 because it looked like it was overcooking to us in the first couple that we cooked. We'll do 1:30 on one side, we'll flip it, do 1:30 on another. We'll be back when we get to the second part. Okay, we're about to go ahead and flip these and do another 1.5 minutes on this side. You can kind of see they come out. Oh no, the bananas come out. That's them over here. So again, not sure why they're falling out, if that's just how it goes. But you can just pull them out and we'll stuff them back in when they're done cooking. So we'll show you that when this side finishes. Okay, so the timer just went off, so we're going to go ahead and pull the slice of Tonga Toast out and kind of see what it looks like there. There's the hole that the bananas fell out of, unfortunately. So we'll pull it out, and then Carla will pull the bananas out. So they have that nice golden brown crispness to them. And we're just going to stuff them back in. That's our poor person's version, I guess, of making it work. So that's the way you sort of cook them. Carla's going to go ahead and now do the last piece of toast that we have. It's another thick one, but I don't see how the bananas aren't going to fall out of them. But we'll go ahead and do that. If we get a different result, we'll show you again. But that's the general idea. So let's finish this one, and then we'll get them in the cinnamon sugar. And the timer just went off on our last piece of Tonga toast. We cooked a little less to kind of see if we can get rid of some of the darker browning, and it certainly looks like it did. Hopefully this cooked through. But again, as you can see, the bananas fell out. So we're putting on the toast, and we're actually going to completely follow the directions here, because for the first couple of pieces, we did not put them in the cinnamon sugar right away, and you're technically supposed to do that. So that may kind of mess up the adhesion of the cinnamon sugar to everything else. So we're using the napkin to kind of wipe a little of the excess grease off, make them as healthy as a fried food can be, I guess. And after rinsing off the tongs to get them, a little cleaner, Carla's going to go ahead and dip it into our mixing bowl. And I guess you got to see if you can flip it without. Do you want to just sprinkle the sugar on the top, because the bananas are going to come out? Okay. Yeah. Look at that. That looks a little bit like Tonga toast to me.
It does.
Let's see. And did bananas fall out?
Yeah, one of them did.
Yeah, we lost one banana. Here, I'll pull this out over here so everyone can see. All right, so it's coated and looks really yummy goodness. I'm going to enjoy eating this. I don't think Anna and Elsa are going to get to have any. And they're clearly not even listening, because they didn't even hear the little joke that I said. Okay, let's finish up the Tonga toast, and then we'll come back and we'll tell you how it tastes. Okay, when I finished the last clip, Carla reminded me that really wasn't Tonga toast, because you actually have to stack both sides on top of them. And as Carla just said, that's Tonga toast. And that is one heaping thing of banana bread and yummy goodness of cinnamon sugar, I think. So we're going to give this a whirl here in 1 second. We'll get some syrup out and let the girls taste it, and I'll taste it. And again, Carla can't have it because of the whole gluten-free thing, so sad face for her. And we'll be back in 1 second. We'll tell you what we think. Look at all that syrup. Come on, don't chintz out on us. Look at that yummy goodness. So now we got the syrup on. We'll go ahead and cut it up and sample. And Carla's gonna cut this bad boy open. Let's see how it looks. Oops, went too far in the pan.
Oh, sorry for the scrape.
Look at that. Ooh, and it's hot. Look at the steam coming off of it. That looks yummy. Ooh, it's oozing right there. That looks so good. Okay, we'll cut off a bite. Let's taste it.
With banana.
Of course, gotta have some banana. Girls, do y'all want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
You can go first? Okay, I'll give it a taste test. I might burn my mouth off, but...
Yeah.
All right, taste bite for Daddy. Oh my God, that was so good.
Is it hot?
It's hot, but it's not like blazing hot.
Anna, you ready?
Yeah, I am. I'm nervous that it's going to be hot.
It's hot, but it's not gonna like burn your tongue.
How hot?
It's fine. Come on, just take a bite. And taste that yummy goodness. Oh yeah, you like that? What do you think? They can't hear thumbs up on the video.
I'm doing.
You're showing, yeah. Don't talk with food.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Elsa, you gonna come on over here and have a bite?
Yes. It was good.
It was good. What was your favorite part of it?
Oh my God.
Okay, Elsa, come on, take the bite.
Like, stop pointing at me.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Like that caramel sand thing. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
The banana kind of caramelizing when you
Like-
fry it.
I mean, like that sugar, like
The cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, I like that.
I
a
like
lot.
the caramelization of the banana. That was really good. But the cinnamon sugar is great too. But that bite of banana in it was so sweet and just magnifique.
What do you think, Elsa?
So good
Yes.
and so sweet. I love it.
All right. Well, that's it for this video. As you can see, I think we probably were a little more successful on this than the Mickey beignets. I mean, not that those were bad, but I think, well, in terms of following the directions and like it looking more like the real thing, because the Mickey beignets didn't kind of balloon up. But that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Hit that notifications thing. We do content like this every week, and we'll be back with something new next week. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.